So right now we are in uppermost Manhattan. We're just on the Bronx border. We're at my friend Steve Rossiter's studio called Axis Sound. It's a very creative vibe here. Steve has a Mutron biphase, so you know, what else? It's like there's a biphase over there. There's guitars everywhere. There's a Rhodes and other, pedals, instruments, lava lamp. What else is there to say? It's a great place to work on music. Growing up in New Jersey, just over the George Washington Bridge, this was sort of the mecca. This is where, as a 12-year-old, I was coming in to see concerts, and it's still such a vibrant and such a creative place, and there's so much to learn. And what's amazing about New York is that even though I've been a professional musician here for decades, which is scary to think about, I'm still hearing names of people and encountering circles of people that I've never met, never laid eyes on, that are unbelievably talented and have been here as long as I have. And I don't know how that's possible, but that's a gift that New York kind of keeps giving. You know, I first started playing music when I was really young. I think maybe I took some piano lessons at 5 or 6, and even then I was practicing sort of, but already kind of improvising and coming up with little ideas, and then there was a chance to play the bass in middle school, and that was it. And I was fully obsessed, and that was a really long time ago, and I'm still doing it. Yeah. So after starting to play the bass and kind of being obsessed with R&B and dance music and hip hop and the Beatles and all these different things, I started to play in bands around the New York City area. And it happened pretty quickly. Like, I didn't even think I was gonna be a professional musician, but like, music beat college. Like, the race wasn't even close. I just started working more, and therefore like an 8:30 class wasn't really an option anymore. So at 20 or 21, just 2 groups I had became really active and signed record deals. Like, it was a lot of crazy stuff happened really fast. Like, that's when I'm like, oh wait, I think I'm a professional musician. Like, it sort of happened to me rather than by me. I was like, oh, look at that. You know, my workflow is anything from like programming a quick beat in Logic and playing a bunch of stuff and identifying that 2 bars could lead somewhere good, to kind of composing something and then playing it in and then trying to play it and making mistakes and realizing the mistakes are better than what I actually composed, or having someone send me a piece of music to play bass on and letting the first pass or 2 be really, really loose and kind of hearing where that can go. So I'm always trying to kind of be light and curious with how I approach it, and that leads to a brand new song if I'm starting from scratch, or maybe it leads to a really interesting bass line that that winds up being in somebody else's song. So the first time I plugged in the A5X, I was really amazed by how clear but pleasing they are. As a bass player, it's all about like wanting it to sound pleasant and feel good, because I'm wanting to get into a mood, and I'm not mixing records. I'm wanting to play the bass or come up with a part. I was hearing detail that I hadn't heard before, but in a way that was inspiring. As far as playing a bass track and feeling it as well as hearing it, it's all there.